there's also in this area specific limitations on patentable subject matter. So, for example, surgical techniques. In the United States and in most countries of the world, you simply cannot patent a surgical technique. That's just been decided that for policy reasons, we don't want people patenting their useful surgical techniques. So, for example, that's off the table. Can't do it. There has been, over the past 7 or 8 years, in the United States, some restrictions placed on other forms of patentable subject matter. So, for example, a naturally occurring compound. For a long time, that's been an unpatentable piece of subject matter. So if you find some sort of plant protein that is made that turns out to have therapeutic activity, you can't simply patent that protein by itself. Now, there are ways to get protection for that, but you can't simply patent that. Well, so as I said, over the last 7 or 8 years, some additional limitations have come in. And, at the start of this, there's been some questions about how far-reaching those limitations are, and it's been a little bit unpredictable at times, but there has been one particular area that's really come to the forefront of in the United States, and this is a little bit different than in other countries, but within the United States, purely diagnostic methods are very difficult to patent. Because of these restrictions on patentable subject matter. There's a few narrow exceptions to that, but for the most part, if you have a purely diagnostic technique, it's unlikely to be patentable in the United States. Having said that, if you fall into that category, before you file anything, you should talk to a patent attorney or a patent agent about your invention and the limitations and see if you fall into one of these narrow exceptions. But it is something to keep in mind. Pure diagnostics are a very difficult area to patent in the United States.